Okay, so this is Mrs. Malik, and I'm going to walk you through Snow White's score report here as you are hopefully looking at your score report. I'm going to show you the different sections and areas where you can kind of take a look at how you did and see your overall scores. And just for the record, Snow White's not a real student here, so these are not real scores. This is just for purposes of showing you an example of what a score report looks like. So when you clicked on score report on the side, it brings you to this page here. And by the way, if you don't see this pre-ACT 9 or pre-ACT 10 score report, that means that you did not take this assessment. You were absent or you didn't submit your test. So there's still an opportunity for you to do that. And if that's something that you want to take advantage of, you can contact me and let me know. But for today, you're just going to have to sit and watch as we go through this. So the first thing that you're going to see when you click on that score report is your overall composite score. It's going to give you some information about how those scores compare overall. And then you're going to see your 4 section scores. So again, it'll give you what your subsection score is for science, math, English, and reading. It will show you what percentile you are at in each one of those sections. The next part is going to give you what your top opportunities are. So that means what are the top 5 things that you could work on if you want to improve your score. And then you have the opportunity to dig into each one of those sections a little bit more closely. And so in order to see each individual section, you see there are tabs right here under that subsection detail, science, math, English, and reading. So you're going to have to click on each one of those. And when you do that, it will bring up each one of those specific sections and how you performed in those sections. So I'm just going to look at science just as an example here. So it'll show you your overall correct average score. How many questions were there? How many you got right? How many you got wrong? Did you leave any blank? And again, it's going to show you the breakdown of what types of questions there were and how you did on those types of questions. And again, Snow White didn't take this test. We just clicked through each one of the questions. So if you're thinking, man, Snow White didn't do so great, Snow White didn't really try. And so then it's also going to then break down this science into more subsections. So experimental design, knowledge, understanding, and synthesis. So that's what these 4 subsection areas are right here. And you can scroll through and see how you did on each one of those pieces. Probably more important than what this says here is looking at your answer versus the correct answer. And so for each one of the sections, you're going to be able to scroll through and see what was my answer, what was the correct answer. If you see a green letter, that means you matched with the correct answer. If you want to see what the question was, and I would want to know what the question was if I was really interested in learning more about what I know and what I don't know, you can click on View Assessment Questions and Correct Answers. And when I click on that, it's going to bring me to the particular item. And so you can scroll through all of the questions on the science test. And you can see here was the question, here was the answer. Okay? So I strongly encourage you to go through each one of the sections of the test and take a peek at how you did on each of the areas that was tested. And take the time to look at the questions and the answers. What did you answer? What was the correct answer? So that you can get a better understanding of what your strengths are and what the areas that you need to improve are. Okay, so take some time today, tomorrow, over the weekend to really dig into this a little bit more. And again, if you did not take this test, and you would like to, just let me know and I will make sure that it is open up for you so that you can get some insight into what you might need to work on as you get ready for testing in the spring.